Oh, hey, it's me, Michael, from StevensvilleGamers, and I have Ben with me today. Say hi, Ben. Hello! Alright, so, I have Ben with me, which means that it's that time of year again. It's card review season. It's time for me to review some cards. Ben, you can sit right here. During the Rosticons Rumble, Ben tried to take over my card reviews, and we've had a lot of discussions, and we've talked to HR, and he's going to join us for this season of card reviews. Isn't that right, Ben? Yeah, it's going to be great! I think so too. We worked out our differences. I've forgiven him for trying to take over my Rosticons Rumble card review videos, but it's fine. We're going to work together this season because Rising of Shadows was released yesterday, and there are some cards that we need to review. So make sure you hit that subscribe button because there's going to be a lot of videos like this coming out. So get ready and let's jump in to the card reviews. So the first one is a 7-drop, 7/8 minion. It is a legendary minion for Warlock. It is Arch Villain Rafa. He is the leader of this Suicide Squad-esque villainous group of Hearthstone characters, and it is a taunt minion with a battle cry: replace your hand and deck with random legendary minions. Now this we've seen before. It was the Golden Monkey effect. It's okay. It's interesting. It's Golden Monkey that you don't have to find, which is good. Ben, what do you think about this? Well, I think this can be a very interesting control card, maybe, because Warlock is losing Rin, Voidlord, Skull of the Minari, and Doomguard. So this could be an interesting, weird replacement for endgame control Warlock. That is a good point. Control Warlock. Warlock in general is losing a lot of power with this rotation. So this could try to replace one of the gaps. Mechanic-wise, I'm not super excited because we've seen this before. And it's a taunt, though, which is a very important thing to mention. Lich King does not have an immediate impact on the board, but because of that taunt and that attack stat, it's a body on the board that then gives you cards repeatedly. This, in the same way, is a good body with taunt that then affects the upcoming turns. So that taunt is very important. I think this card is going to be pretty good. Do you think it's going to get played, Ben? Yeah, I think it'll get played a little bit. Probably going to experiment a little bit. If Control Warlock sees any play, even after rotation, maybe they play this to try to beat other control decks. That's a good point, because they are losing Rin, and Rin was the card that basically was like, if you're a control deck and I'm a control deck, I'm going to drop my Rin and I'm going to beat you. Maybe it tries to fill that gap. I don't know if it will do that successfully, but I still think it's a pretty good, flavorful, interesting card that we haven't seen that kind of mechanic in a little bit. So hopefully it'll do something good. I'm going to say 3.5 stars. The little half there is important. Oh boy. Next is Forbidden Words, which is a rare spell in the Priest class for 0 mana, and it reads: spend all of your mana and destroy a minion with that much attack or less. This is very good in my opinion. Anything with 10 attack or less, you can get rid of. Those pesky 4 attack minions that Shadow Word Pain and Shadow Word Death can't deal with. I think this card is very, very good. Hopefully this is the first of many good Priest cards to come out, because Priest is currently not very good. Let's be honest. But I like the class, and I really hope that with this upcoming rotation and expansion, then potentially there could be good Priest decks. I don't know really what the Priest archetype is going to be for this set, but this is just a good, solid card that every Priest deck is probably going to want to play. At least one of, most likely 2 of. It's amazing spot removal with great flexibility. Do you agree, Ben? Yeah, I definitely agree. This is a fantastic card. It fills a lot of gaps in the removal spectrum for Priest, which is really good. And I think that this card is going to see a lot of play if Priest gets the cards that it needs to become good again. I agree. This hopefully is the beginning of good cards for Priest, and we can, use Priest again. This card, 5 stars. It's great removal with a lot of flexibility. So the next card is called Evil Miscreant, and it is a 3-drop 1/5 minion for Rogue. at the common slot, and the effect is a combo. Add 2 lackeys to your hand. We have already seen the lackeys, and they're really good. They are 1-drop 1/1 minions that have above curve and above stat effects. There's one that does 2 damage. There are ones that discover a spell. One gives rush and +1 attack. One is a one-time unstable evolution, and I can't remember the last one, but they're all really good. The 1/5 body seems pretty good. It's really heavy on the health side, so it will stick around for a long time and be able to trade, which is pretty good. The 3-drop combo is a little bit, you might want to go like turn 5 or turn 4 to try to get this combo off, but this seems pretty good. Just a solid common. I would have to say a solid 3 stars. For a common, pretty solid. Do you agree with me, Ben? Yeah, I think this is pretty good. At common, the lackeys are really good. It's just a solid, good common card for the rogue class. I agree. It's a solid card. It's just a solid card. So the next one is a 5 mana rare spell for Shaman. And this is the first card of the schemes. And the schemes are the bad guy spells, basically. They're like the spell stones. I am assuming that every class is going to get a spell stone. Every class is either going to get a scheme, the good guy counterpart to schemes, which are called twin spells. I'll go over that in a second. But this is the Shaman scheme, Hagatha's scheme. And it is deal 1 damage to all minions, and each turn this card upgrades. It's important to know that it only upgrades on your turn and not your opponent's turn. That is something to keep in mind for sure. I think this is pretty powerful. This is a pretty solid card. It gets even better when you think about the fact that Bewitched is still Hagatha's hero power. I don't know why it would have changed. Witch's Cauldron exists, so you can RNG this off of like random shaman spells and stuff like that, which is really good. There's a lot of implications with this card. I really like the schemes. In my opinion, they're the better of the two between schemes and twin spells. So I like it. What do you think, Ben? I think it's really good. I think people are going to play it for sure. It's probably going to get really good, probably around turn 3 that it's in your hand. 5 mana, deal 3 damage to everything is really good. Once it gets to 4, then it's even more strong. And it's also important to note that I believe there is no caps. Is that right, Mike? That is absolutely correct. Supposedly, I believe that there is no caps on these, so you can just hold these for as long as you want to make them as powerful as you want to be able to clear any type of board, specifically with this card, clear any type of board. I really like schemes, spending more time on it because it's a new type of mechanic. It's cool. I like it. Is this card going to be good? Possibly. I think it's not bad. I think it's going to be pretty good. Shaman might not need it because I don't know where this would really go into just like a control shaman, but that doesn't really exist, so I don't know. Will it be played? Hopefully. Is it good? I think it's pretty good. I'm going to say 4 stars for Hagatha's scheme. So I was just talking about twin spells. This is the first twin spell that we got a glimpse at. It is a 8 mana druid rare. It is called the Forest's Aid. It is a twin spell, like I said, and it summons 5 2/2 treants, and then with twin spells, after you play the twin spell, you get a second copy to your hand. It's like Echo, except for it doesn't go away and it caps at 2. So you basically get to cast the same spell twice, which basically means you get 4 of the same spell in your deck. So that's pretty powerful. Instead of having 2 of a card, with twin spells, you technically have 4 of a card, which is pretty good. This one, in my opinion, isn't super great, but it's a decent way to introduce the mechanic. 8 mana for 5 2/2s at turn 8. 2/2s are pretty irrelevant. You can't do anything else really with 2 mana in Druid. You can buff them with a lot of different cards that buff minions, but you can't give them charge or rush or anything like that so far. That may come out later with this expansion or later in the year. For now, they're just sitting on the board as 2/2s or potentially 3/3s or 4/4s or whatever you want to, however you want to buff them. 8 mana just seems overstated. What do you think, Ben? Yeah, I would totally agree with you. I think that maybe if this was 6 mana, so you still couldn't play 2 in the same turn, you would get 10 Treants for 12 mana instead of 10 Treants for 16 mana. I think it would be a lot better. Yeah, I would definitely agree with you. I think that if this was at 6 mana, so you can't, like you said, play it on the same turn, it would still be good. I just think this card's overcosted by a lot, in my opinion. I could be totally wrong. Also, Treants aren't really good anyway right now. They really want Treants to be good, and they're really pushing the Treant thing, so maybe they're going to try to push Treants again in this expansion, and maybe they'll get good, but only time will tell, honestly. I'm going to give this card 2 stars. It's a fine way to introduce the twin spell mechanic. We have got another legendary, boys. This is a neutral legendary minion, 7 mana, 6/6, and it is Chef Nomi. And the battle cry is, if your deck is empty, summon a board full of 6/6 Grease Fire Elementals. This card is not good. Here is your not good legendary of the set. They got it out of the way pretty quick. We have so many different cards and combo-y weird decks that revolve around the deck being empty, like Mecha'thun and Hakar, or Togwaggle Hakar especially. Mecha'thun and Togwaggle Hakar both have a very specific goal in mind. It is to empty your deck as fast as you can and then win the game. In realms with those is terrible. You empty your deck out and then you just get a board full of stuff that's going to get AoE'd. It's going to get blizzard, so they're going to be frozen. You're then in fatigue. Your opponent's going to be smart enough to realize, oh, I just have to deal with their board of 6/6s. This late in the game, they probably will be able to deal with your board of 6/6s unless they have run out of stuff, or they would have just killed you by now. It's a board full of 6/6s. They can still go at your face. They can ignore your board and get you down to super low health, and then you just lose from the fatigue anyway. I don't think this is very good. I'm going to give it 2 stars. What do you think, Ben? Yeah, I think you pretty much said everything that there is that has to be said about this. There's other better options for deck emptying decks. So, I don't think this is going to get played, and it doesn't look very good to me, in my opinion, but we've been wrong before. Yeah, that's true. We have definitely been wrong before, but I just don't see a world where this card is going to get played when Hakar and Mecha'thun are still in the rotation, and they can just insta-win when they empty the deck. 2 stars. I don't like this card. Now, this card, on the other hand, I very like. It is the Mage Legendary 10 mana 4/12 Kaligos. Not to be confused with Malagos. This is Kaligos. And it is a dragon, and its effect is the first spell that you play each turn costs 0 mana, which is great. That is unbelievably fantastic. It's going to sit on the board for a little while. 12 health is going to be really difficult to get rid of, unless, spot removal, obviously. And it has self-synergy because it has a battle cry that says discover a spell. So even if you're on turn 10 and you don't have a spell in your hand, you can drop Kaligos and get a spell that is worth playing, add it to your hand, and then be able to play it for free. It's self-synergy. It's fantastic. The art is amazing. I love dragons, and this dragon looks really good and really cool. It's a fantastic ability. It's new, and it's cool. I never thought that there would be any kind of ability like that except for in, Toki Time Tinkerer stuff. This is really cool. I really like this card. Will it get played? It seems really high costed, and it dies to spot removal pretty easily. So I don't know if it's going to get played. A lot of faster mage decks are a lot more popular right now, so you have to keep that in mind as well. But if there are good cards to make a good control mage work again, then I do think that this card will see play. Please allow me to play control mage with Kaligos. I would love that. That would be amazing and fantastic. So please, Blizzard, give me more control mage cards so I can play that deck with this card, because I love this card. It's fantastic. But I'm going to have to give it 4 stars because I don't know if it's going to get played because it's really high costed and there is no control mages that are doing well right now. I don't know. We'll see. 4 stars. I'm giving Kaligos 4 stars. Please, Blizzard, give me more stuff to make this a 5-star card. And we're back to the garbage cards. This is a 3-drop, 3/4 minion at the rare slot. It is called Spell Ward Jeweler. It's garbage. Its battle cry is your hero cannot be targeted by spells or hero powers for your opponent's next turn. This is dumb. Hunter hero power can sometimes kill you. Sometimes mages are gonna fireball you or pyroblast you in the face. That never happens in constructed. It rarely ever happens at all. Quests are leaving, so you can't stop an Antonidas chain because Antonidas isn't going to be in there, and if you would stop an Antonidas chain, they would just do it next turn. This is like a strictly terrible timeout. Timeout was a good card. This is strictly just garbage timeout. Almost, from what I have experienced, almost every single lethal that I've ever seen and have ever done and have ever had against me right now is all aggro stuff with buffed minions going into my face over like 3 turns, and I'm not fast enough to be able to deal with their giant buffed aggro minions. Odd Paladin, I can't wait till you go away. This card's hot garbage. Maybe it'll be fine in Arena because it's a good stat body. I don't see why this would ever need to be played unless the Blizzard gods come down and bless me and allow me to play Control Mage again, and all of the good decks are all different variants of Control Mages, and then you'll use this so you don't get Pyroblasted and Fireballed. But I don't think that's gonna happen. So this card is 1 star, hot garbage. Get it out of my sight. So the last card in this card review is a 1 mana rogue spell at the rare slot. It is the Rogue Scheme. It's Togwaggle's Scheme. And like the original Togwaggle, it's very weird and kind of memey, but also has weird potential to do stuff. It is choose a minion, shuffle 1 copy of that minion into your deck, upgrade each turn, again, only on your turns. Ben, what do you think of this card? Because I haven't asked for your opinion in a little bit. I think this is really weird. I know you're going to be excited about it, Michael, because it's weird and memey, and you can do really weird stuff with it. You are absolutely correct. I cannot wait for this card, because I'm going to do some weird brews with this. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. Maybe like a Pogo Rogue thing, where you run 2 of Togwaggle's Scheme to be able to shuffle a ton of Pogos into your deck and somehow make that work. And then with like a Grawl the Shark situation to eat them and add them to your hand. I don't know what you're going to do, but it's going to be weird. You're absolutely correct. It is going to be weird. It's going to be a little bit memey, it's going to be fun, and it could weirdly potentially be good. Immediately comes to mind Pogo Rogue for sure, and I am very hopeful, so I'm going to give this card 3 stars. I am super hopeful that this will be good in some weird way. It probably won't, but who knows. Togwaggle's memey, this card's memey. We'll see. So that does it for today's card review. Make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell because you want to be notified when I make more card review videos, because they're going to be coming out. I'm grinding them all out because this half a month, the last half of March, card review season. And I'm excited for it, and it's going to be fun. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. Also, leave a like and a comment down below. I want to know your guys' opinions on these cards. If I was wrong, tell me, because I want to know and I want to have a discussion about whether or not this card is good or not. And I also want you guys to come join us in the Discord, link in the description. Let's talk about this new set in the Discord. So go check that out. Come join us, link in the description. And if you want to follow me on all my other social medias, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, you can do that as well. I post when I'm about to go live because I stream Hearthstone, Pokemon, Five Nights at Freddy's, all kinds of games. So check out the social media links in the description down below. If you want to get StevensvilleGamers merchandise, Redbubble link in the description as well. And if you want to support me monetarily, I have a Patreon, and I also have tips set up through Stream Elements. So all of those links you can find in the description down below, and I would super appreciate it if you did check out all of those links. But that's all for now. Make sure you guys keep the all yes spirit with you, because Michael from StevensvilleGamers is going to be signing off now. So 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah.